Here we go. Uh-oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Bear with me, everyone. I'm on the wrong thing. Shit. I don't know how to get back. Okay. Oh, shit. Sorry, everybody in chat. I know you can all hear me. Give me a second. I gotta find where to go now. Here we go. All right, we're starting. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to our live reads. In a second, I'll be introducing our cast, but just as a reminder, so what's going to happen is while we're reading chapter, we won't be notifying any alerts that are going on, so we're just going to read the chapter. After 57 is done, we're going to just talk and hang out for a little bit and talk about where we've been. So without further ado, everyone can say hello.
Hi.
Yo.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
We don't, unfortunately, have the Discord layover today, so we're just going to quickly introduce ourselves from top to bottom. So, Gojo, feel free to start us off.
I am Gojo's Domain, and I am a narrator.
Yo, what's up? I'm Kanda.
Hello.
Y'all know me. I voice Otto in this project. I'm the GOAT. Everyone else is the GOAT. And yeah, that's it.
I'm Kyles, and I'm your Emilia, as always.
Bingo, and I'm playing Sylphie.
I'm Matter and I'm here. Hello.
I'm Maddie, and I run the Twitter, and will be counterattack if need be in the future.
I'm Pat. I voiced Reinhard von Estrella. And that's everything, I guess.
Hello, this is your Wooloo, here to voice Regulus as always.
Hey y'all, this is Tealdi, and I will also be narrating today.
Hey, I'm Wolf. I voice Subaru.
Fantastic.
And that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. All right, without further ado, Tealdi, feel free to take it away.
All right. Arc 5, Chapter 57, Where the Heart Lies. About 10 minutes had passed since Subaru had left his life in the hands of fate.
Come on already! Strive after something for once. How about obediently dying here? Ugh!
Regulus kicked at the building, cutting into it with terrifying precision, and without its support, it toppled helplessly. The cloud of debris accompanying the collapse filled the vicinity, and Regulus, whose own vision wound up clouded, clicked his tongue impatiently. Listening to these tiny sounds, Subaru returned to the battlefield, having exhausted his improvised traps.
Restlessly moving about. Do you have no notion of attacking straight forward at all? Although I couldn't care less about your relationship with that whore. But is this any way to fight for someone who claims to be her knight or whatever?
Say whatever you like. Talk until you're satisfied.
There you are!
If Subaru attempted to defend himself from Regulus, who kept muttering maliciously, he would receive in return a handful of sand that would end his life. The instant after Subaru had escaped far away from the murderous dust thrown his way, the debris he had been hiding behind vaporized. Being brushed would lead to fatal injury. A single strike would mean instant death. So far, Regulus's attacks had all miraculously missed. As contact would instantly mean the end, thanking fortune for this would be a tad inappropriate.
Right. Concentrate! Concentrate!
Out of breath, wiping away sweat, he tensed all his attention to prepare for evasion. The rising dust stained his face, and Subaru spat out a mouthful of saliva, tinged with the dust that had accumulated in his mouth. Putting the results of his parkour training into effect. Unlike the days when his exercise had been without goal, the new sense of purpose and aspirations had an enormous impact on the state of Subaru's mind. In the forest near the new Roswell mansion, repeated every single day, to the point of being sick of it, that time had not been for nothing.
No matter what, I'm just a guy who can at most mess around with a bastard with the skill of an amateur.
Even then, he was a Sin Archbishop of the witch cult. Considering the battle situation and Subaru's personal ability, to say that he was accomplishing something special would not be much of a stretch. For Pastella to safely escape from the witch cult's sinister hands, no matter what, he would try to contribute just a bit more.
No!
Are you going to keep trying to kill time with this? Do you seriously think that someone like you can manage to do anything at all? You're just someone who figured out a bit of the mechanism of the authority of greed, but don't mistake that for the ability to stand against me!
Without even room to catch his breath, the enraged Regulus increased the scope of his destruction. Regulus no longer cared about how much collateral damage he would cause in order to kill Subaru. The city of Prestella, which was famed for its beautiful scenery, was gradually losing those sights because of the violent crimes of the witch cult. The stone bridge that spanned the waterway was shattered. The stone meticulously decorated with glass was destroyed. Finding an odd feeling of beauty in the flashing of shimmering glass, so dissonant from the scene, Subaru believed in his right leg and took the momentum of destruction as a cue to flee. Ironically, from his right leg came a surge of power. Pitch black, infected by something of unknown, that right leg was currently Subaru's lifeline. Lashing out with his whip, he latched onto the rain gutter of the building right next to him. Believing in the binding force of his whip, Subaru stomped hard on the ground, crossing the streets while running along the wall, passing near Regulus's side as if to specifically force the evildoer to watch him with widened eyes, and he stuck out his tongue for extra provocation.
You! You have no idea just what you're worth!
The stone thrown from his swinging arm flew far off, completely missing Subaru, who fled using the momentum gained from yanking his whip. Without even considering an attack, just try to escape. Those who had perished at Greed's hands had died due to their excessive courage, weak, fragile, and timidly insisting on escaping. Certainly, such a person could not lose. Thus, that misfortune could be wiped clean here, for that goal.
Yeah, Emilia. This guy's hot.
Someone with a clue. Isn't there anyone?
Before the brides who she had asked for cooperation, Emilia bit her lip as she received an emergency report. The 53 assembled brides all glanced back and forth at each other at Emilia's question, before finally shaking their heads meekly.
My most sincere apologies. Casting the man's control aside and wanting to help you is certainly genuine. Only...
Bowing her head with remorse, this was the representative of the wives, the blonde woman who had given her name as Sylphie. Amongst all of Regulus's wives, she was the only one who was most well informed about their current situation, and so she had become a representative of sorts.
I can scarcely believe that man would play something so important with us. Though that man may call us wives and brides and whatnot, but actually acting as her husband and wife has never once happened.
I can tell that Regulus is a really problematic person, but what you're saying can't be it. Regulus's Lionheart is definitely entrusted to you.
Although Sylphie had begun to feel discouraged due to the lack of clues, Emilia would not be so easily disheartened. At long last, Sylphie and the other wives, of their own will, had found the resolve to escape from Regulus's grasp. This was only the beginning of their resolve. To become discouraged at this very first step was absolutely unallowable. And as for Emilia, she believed in Subaru with nary a trace of doubt. Subaru was amazing. Not only was he aware of so many things Emilia did not know, but he could apply knowledge and a lively attitude to a solution, no matter what adversity they had faced in the past. And so, Emilia held no misgivings about a suspicion that Regulus's authority was Lion's Heart. This was not to say that she was acting thoughtlessly or with blind trust. It was not the case that it would be okay just because it was Subaru. Even Subaru would make mistakes, and on occasion, he would fail. However, that mistake could be corrected, or she would take his hand and become a force that could help him. This had become a source of Emilia's trust in him.
Subaru thinks that Lion's Heart must reside within the wives.
Touching her chin as if lost in thought, Emilia remembered the mystery of the authority of greed that Subaru had shared with her. An authority that could stop the time of an object, that could leave it unable to be changed. Although she had initially thought such a power inconceivable, she found that too much fell in place with that explanation. Could it truly exist in reality? Rather than being an uncertainty, it would be better to say that
there is a really mysterious power at work.
Apparently, this was something even more irrational than a divine protection. Unfortunately, Emilia, lacking a divine protection herself, could not comprehend the unique power inherent to those blessed with divine protections. However, in Regulus, she could sense something similar. Something far more ferocious and ugly than a divine protection were these authorities.
Heart.
To Emilia, the worst-case scenario would be if one of the wives were truly a confidant, connected to Regulus's true heart. This real bride would then be siding with Regulus and concealing her heart from Emilia. Leaving the contemplative Emilia aside, the brides congregated around Sylphie, scrutinizing their previous conversations for clues. Emilia's amethyst eyes carefully scrutinized their faces as they engaged in discourse with serious faces. At the time, she had directed the microspirits to look for changes in their bodies. These microspirits were not particularly sensitive to changes in people, so their behavior, as if to test those who had applied for cooperation, was decidedly unpleasant. However, her misgivings had long exceeded the level that feelings such as, "I don't want to doubt," could curb. The microspirits gave a response. There were no noticeable reactions to the wives, though she was not sure. As far as Emilia could tell, there were no wives who served as Regulus's confidant, at least outwardly. In that case, the only other possibility that came to mind was suddenly feeling as if her hairs were being tugged on. Emilia immediately raised her head. Before her eyes, dancing in Emilia's line of sight, was a microspirit glowing blue. The microspirit that should have been attached to one of those brides swayed in the air as if wanting to convey something to Emilia. Her eyes tracing the spirit's line of travel, she found that it now faced Sylphie. She too was currently working hard, as the lead singer of the chorus of the wives' revolt against Regulus. The microspirit wrapped around her back, fluttering as if bobbing up and down in appeal.
Hey, do you have a moment to talk?
At Emilia's greeting, with an expression of surprise, Sylphie turned. Emilia walked over towards her, sneaking a glance at the microspirit which emphasized its presence, level with the blonde woman's chest.
What is it?
Excuse me for a second.
No one present beside Emilia could see the microspirits, devoid of physical form. So no matter how hard microspirits tried to communicate, their desperate appeals could reach no one but Emilia. So, when Emilia suddenly reached a hand to Sylphie's chest, the latter looked back to Emilia in shock.
Wait a moment. Please stay quiet. I'm checking something right now.
What are you checking? Hey, what are you checking?
Her cheeks reddening, Sophie questioned Emilia without being able to mask her surprise. Emilia then answered Sophie with a serious expression.
The rhythm of your heartbeat. It's because I'm a spiritual arts user. Though my original contracted partner is currently on leave, I can still communicate with the microspirits. I asked those microspirits to investigate everyone's bodies and received a response that only your heartbeat was strange.
Sophie swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Her expression was entirely one of disbelieving surprise. Her shock was merely a matter of course. After all, she had only just heard a brief summary of Lion's Heart before being told that her heartbeat had changed. And if things had progressed to this point, then there was only one explanation.
This is terrible. Regulus combines his heart together with the heart of someone who he claims to be his wife.
Regu.
No matter how you look at it, although you're wearing the image of virtuousness while reciting your respectable rhetoric, where the notion that your battle to buy time would actually bear fruit came in the first place is a complete mystery to me. And although I don't know how you could conceive of my authority, but now having clearly understood it, why would you really want to keep fighting?
As he glanced down at the bloodied Subaru, Regulus's cheeks raised in boast of his victory. Collapsed on the ground, lying by the side of a building's rubble as he took pained breaths, half of Subaru's face was stained with fresh blood.
Though I've let you run about here and there, you're really boring after falling. That's to be expected. It has to be like that. Considering the difference between you and I, this is merely reaping the crop when the harvest is over. With this, at last, without extraneous unpleasant moods, the end has come.
Approaching Subaru, Regulus's heels crushed the rocks littering his path. His authority was still active, as if he wanted it to be witnessed.
In summary, don't you feel like this is the fault of your excessively arrogant self? Up until now, there have been many like you. Wanted to beat me down or rouse a battle against me. But all of those people, not a single one has ever touched me. That is the fate of those whose desires are loftier than their abilities. An absolute law of nature. Do you understand?
The Sin Archbishop of Greed, as he discussed the nature of desire, asserted his contempt for those who allowed excessive desire to immolate themselves. To have desire would create struggle without meaning. To have desire would create starvation without boundary. To have desire would create ruthlessness without limit. For this exact reason, to be without want and without desire was valuable. The optimal would be to wish for purity and poverty, and to impose virtue on oneself.
Just being content with the present is enough. Craving what is beyond one's own abilities will lead to your own destruction. Gathering together one after another but refusing to learn. You really are a bunch of hopeless creatures.
With a sigh, Regulus slid a hand through his white hair, shaking his head as if he were drunk on the throes of a tragedy. However, the sorrow in that voice was no act. Regulus was, more or less, from the bottom of his heart, mourning and sighing at the foolishness of Subaru and all others. That was the self-righteous, undetectable lonely voice of someone omnipotent.
Before I die, your ability.
Huh? Something to make you feel at peace as you die. Is that how they put it? Trust you to know something archaic as that. You've bested me in a relevant store of knowledge. Is that what you're trying to say?
Regulus laughed as he watched Subaru, whose breaths looked on the verge of cutting off, wishing only for an answer to his final question regarding his authority. Without a single route of escape, all that was left for his sorrowful existence was imminent death.
Well, you've already gotten this far. At the very end, I'll give you a negligible self a reward for your efforts. I'll tell you that all this time you struggled to your very last to buy is all completely meaningless.
Meaningless? You mean...
It's all really rather simple. My heart, which you and that woman are searching for, is indeed carried by my wives. But as to who is carrying it, neither I or any of them know. Equal rights, equally divided love, and the responsibilities and obligations they bear are equal as well.
Towards the astonished Subaru, Regulus shrugged with a, well, it's sort of like this.
Well, for those who have taken multiple wives, treating all of them equally is a matter of course. I am allowed to exercise my rights because I can do just that. It's only somewhat logical. In other words, I'm risking my life by constantly manifesting my love for them.
And the wives are unaware of having this heart?
Not like there's a particularly complicated reason for that. There isn't anyone out there who is constantly conscious of the sound of one's own heartbeat, is there?
Watching Regulus, who laughed with his mouth open, Subaru understood. The method with which Regulus hid his heart, that vicious method. Both simple and effective, and above all, impossible to deal with.
With your heart and your wife's heart, you!
Managing the husband's property is indeed one of the wife's obligations. But you see, I am a selfless man. In the first place, I don't have as many meaningless possessions as you guys do. And so, what I have entrusted to my wives is my existence itself. Such magnificence! Isn't this the very essence of matrimonial love?
Disgusting. Regulus's consciously ruthless authority. Without malice, without condemnation, he believed that was the natural order and process. Subaru had come up with a number of theories on the methods through which Lion's Heart had been hidden, before sending Emilia to the church. However, this had not been one of them. Moreover, no one could break it.
Something so far beyond reason. Emilia. She couldn't possibly do anything.
Just now, if what Regulus had boasted of with a face full of pride was in fact the full extent of the power of Lion's Heart, then there should still be a method of breaking through it. If that could be conveyed to Emilia with her power, she could take care of it with haste. The question was not one of possibility, but one of correctness. That was the choice of life and death.
Hey, you.
As he rose with a disgusted expression, Subaru stared at Regulus, the latter warring an uncomprehending gaze as he witnessed the former's action. Having been caught up in the demolition of the city, Subaru, who had until now seemed to be on the verge of death, brushed the dust from his knees as he stood, still glaring. After a moment, Subaru raised his eyebrows with an "ah" as he noticed Regulus's incredulousness.
Lying dead. Ah, no. Playing to be on the verge of death. Since a flying stone happened to slice my forehead, I just wanted to give it a try. That's all.
Applying blood to his face and pretending to be in agony had led to now. With a face full of smiles, Subaru looked at Regulus, who had been on the palm of his hand all along.
Interested in you. You're definitely the kind who, having found a dying enemy, would arrogantly boast of your victory as you rambled on non-stop.
You!
Whoa!
Rising with a jump, Regulus's body flew forward in a straight line. With incredibly agile speed and movements of a dirty casual, he flew in a straight line. In this rare moment, Regulus could achieve acceleration that could shock even Reinhard. However, the mechanism had not been understood until after the authority was revealed. Accelerating with his right foot, without hesitation, his body flew toward the left. Regulus's goal was to slam directly into Subaru, but he was thwarted by the limitation of linearity. In summary, Regulus's momentary superhuman ability was the result of the application of a temporal freeze on his physical form. His was an authority that allowed the time of his body to be cut off from the world and not be interfered with again. If he were to attack suddenly in this way, whether gravity, air resistance, or inertia, none could restrain him. It was not always in effect, which should be because there were restrictions.
Ugh! You bastard!
The one who wants to yell is me! I have to find a way to reach Emilia. Somehow.
The whereabouts of Regulus's heart absolutely needed to be communicated. To communicate it and to make the choice, what method was there? In order to save the city, Emilia was needed.
Wolf, your line.
In contrast to Regulus, who had gathered momentum, Subaru looked in the direction of the church where Emilia should be. In the midst of the ruined, collapsed city, there stood a half-destroyed church, where the aftermath of Regulus's actions had barely reached. And that place, in the next moment, was engulfed in a brilliance that shone blue and white. The hearts of the wives had become one with Regulus's heart. Emilia's conclusions caused tremors in all the surrounding wives who heard it. Most heavily affected was Sylphie, who had found herself the recipient of Regulus's shared heart.
And
After Emilia's hand fell back, Sylphie's face grew pale as she backed away step by step. The woman standing behind her worriedly placed her hand on Sylphie's back.
touch me.
In the next moment, Sylphie reflexively spoke as she swung out an arm. As if to keep the other wives away from her, holding this posture, she looked at Emilia.
Are you sure there is no mistake?
The micro spirit says it's unnatural. I can feel a faint sense of overlap in the sound of your heartbeat as well.
Sylphie placed a hand on her chest, closing her eyes as if to confirm what Emilia had just said. The speed, strength, and interval of her heartbeat resounding in her throat, she gave a deep sigh.
I see. Just how much? Just to what extent does he want to trample upon other spirits, that man?
Wait a moment. What are you doing?
Revealing an incredibly dry smile, Sylphie walked into the depths of the church. Half destroyed from Reinhard's attack, in a corner of the church were scattered shards from the skylight of exquisitely carved glass. Sylphie plucked up a shard of glass and turned back.
You understand, right? That man's nature? Imposing his weaknesses onto others, and then forcing decisions on them as well.
Decisions? What are you saying?
In order to stop that man's heart, stopping my own is the only feasible way. As that man says, until death do us part. Is this not one such case?
As she played with the shard of glass, Sylphie spoke in a flippant voice. Emilia understood what she meant, and at the same time picked up on the underlying message. Sylphie's epiphany and Regulus's malice.
Wait! You can't! There has to be something! Has to be some other way?
Such a convenient way. Do you truly believe it exists? With our hearts already joined, stopping just that man's heartbeat without stopping mine cannot be possible. And
Don't give up so easily. If I could allow something like this. For what have I... Why did I leave that forest?
Once again, there were going to be sacrifices. Because of Emilia's lack of power and knowledge, a sacrifice was once again about to happen before her. Just like everyone in the forest. Just like Fortuna or Juice. To make up for what Emilia could not reach, everyone except Emilia tended to use up their lives.
the days of being taken as that man's wife were truly arduous.
Desperately, Emilia considered if there were any other way. During this time, Sylphie's heart gradually calmed down, and with the clarity of approaching her finale, She slowly began to grow more resolute.
Merely in order to avoid triggering that man's wrath, I desperately tried my best, allowing whatever atrocities that man performed to slide, welcoming in the new brides, those girls, who were in the same position as me. No matter what, I wanted to protect them, just as the one I first met, just as the ones before me protected them.
Acting as the representative of the wives, presenting herself before all the others no matter what. And now, Sylphie's true aim had been made clear. Before her had been others. Someone who had stood at the forefront of all these seized women had triggered Regulus's temper. And then Sylphie took up that will, because even now these wives remained still.
Even if spirits were defiled by that man, because he would never touch our bodies. Certainly if both had been defiled, we would have been long unable to withstand. So right until today, no matter the language or voice or behavior of that man, endlessly we endured and endured and endured and endured and endured, and yet...
Having reached this point, Sylphie, who had been biting her lips, tilted her face upward. In her eyes were large, large drops of tears, as well as a scorching rage searing enough to evaporate even those tears.
Man's hand! It has tainted even my body! I had thought something of the sort, that at least I could protect my body. But even that something I wanted to protect so much had never been saved in the first place. We have always been that man's servants!
Tears flowed as a roar from her soul tore itself from her, and Sylphie's hand wept blood. The glass that she had been gripping firmly had cut through the palm of her hand, and though she frowned at the pain, the corners of her mouth soon pitifully relaxed.
Women bearing injuries are atypical. Even the slightest of bruises would mean death by that man. This wound is my freedom.
Huh?
In no way is this your fault. I am incredibly grateful to you. Exacting revenge onto that man for every single day until now. A better way could certainly never be found elsewhere.
With a slight smile at Emilia, Sylphie looked towards the other wives, looked toward those who could be called her companions. Then, clutching the glass in her right hand with her left as well, she pressed it against her chest.
I die, his heart will be transferred to someone. This is a certainty. That man would not use just myself alone as a shield for his heart. Just like that, everyone has no reason not to know that man's stubbornness.
Surely it will be so.
Which of the brides had whispered that so softly was unknown. As if assenting to what Sylphie had said, the wife who had answered emerged from the crowd. A woman with long chestnut hair, she too took up one of the shards of glass scattered beneath Sylphie's feet.
I too have considered death a number of times. Even if living like this, I can't say that I'm truly alive. I'd rather reunite with my family in the afterlife. My reason for not doing so is not wanting to die. Even if I were to be liberated from this pain, I wouldn't have any happy memories from life. But if this life could bring vengeance upon that man, if my death would not be something without meaning.
One after another, the wives came forth and took up shards of glass. The brides looked at those sharp edges, as if looking upon their hopes. With Emilia's words as an opportunity, the wives had found their hopes, found something their lives could be spent on.
Thank you. We are truly grateful to you. That man, aside from us, he truly has no other wives present. This is something I can absolutely guarantee. So then, I request of you.
Huh?
Please be sure to help us speak. Our anger must absolutely reach that man. All we can do is trouble you. The only one to have been forced by that man, and then rejected him successfully.
Sylphie's request was spoken with a voice full of warmth. The wives all approached the shattered stained glass of the church that was to witness a marriage. holding the fragments in their hands as a symbol of the end they had chosen. Pointing the sharp edges against their pale necks, with a breath, they push it to commit suicide.
Wait!
That action of certain death was stopped by Emilia's words. Emilia had fallen into silence until now. Power was contained in her words, both in physical and metaphorical meaning. Hands of ice reaching out from the ground sealed the wives' movements. The movements of pressing the pieces of glass into their throats was successfully hindered, successfully preventing their suicides. Sylphie watched Emilia's actions with widened eyes, and then spoke with a trembling voice.
You, please help us. I am truly grateful for your sentiments, but this is the only method.
Naught but death could serve as repayment. Naught but death could strike a blow against that man, against Regulus. That was Sylphie's and the wives' conclusion. This sorrowful answer of stopping their own hearts, Emilia also understood. So, to figure out how to reject it, thinking and thinking, all along she had been thinking of a way. And so...
I'm sorry. Not like this. If it were Subaru, he might have thought of another way. But my head is a bit slow, so no matter how hard I thought, I didn't have a clue, so...
Surrounding the muttering Emilia, brilliant lights of blue and white began to dance. Gathering mana, the swaying light, where the microspirits had entered a visible state. As if to engulf the entire collapsed building, the substantial gathering of microspirits manifested itself. That was, in a sense, a sight as sacred as a dream, and Sylphie and the others held their breaths.
I want to make your heartbeat stop. Because if you stab your throats with the weapon like that, you won't die such easy deaths.
After Emilia lifted her hand, the microspirits seemed to follow that movement as they shone, and bluish snow began to fall on the church. The snow layered thinly around the brides, and where it brushed their skin, it turned into white crystal. This magic that Emilia was capable of was both the gentlest and cruelest.
Sorry. I can only use this method.
Please, do not apologize.
After realizing Emilia's intentions, Sylphie breathed a sigh of relief. The hearts of the wives were in unison. They looked at Emilia, who was unable to form even a single sound, and spoke in agreement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then, a brilliance that shone blue and white engulfed the church. Icicles rising as if an assault from the sky had erected a frozen seal around the church, forming a sound so sorrowful as if to roll over the sky, as if the sky itself had turned white and died. Within the structure of ice that had risen, how much sorrow had gathered? No one, save for the one who was responsible for the scene, could understand.
Emilia.
The ice created by the incomparably powerful magical vortex was peerless beyond measure, and could not have been made by anyone but Emilia. Lion's heart had truly been subdued. Along with the lives of the gathered brides, their heartbeat had stopped. Subaru had already thought of the method. He could not think of any other plausible method. And that method would have been impossible to actualize. He had even prepared himself emotionally that he would fail to reach Emilia at the church. But upon seeing the spectacle, the answer was clear. Chosen by Emilia, that answer.
Hey, it's a bit...
Looking in the same direction as Subaru was Regulus, who could imagine the result of this ice structure, and his cheeks began to twitch. He of course understood that the place where the icicle had been raised was his wife's current location. That also went for the meaning of that spectacle. And so...
You too! Is this what you set out to do? Is this something that humans are capable of? Seizing another's beloved, selfishly without permission? Just how cold-hearted can you be to do such a cruel thing? Huh?
Regulus stomped at the ground as he shouted thus at the bloodied Subaru. His soul shattered the slate, and even distorted the earth enough to create an illusion that the city itself was shattering. Rushing forward without a second thought, Regulus stabbed his fingers at Subaru.
Satisfied? Are you satisfied? In order to kill me alone, you dare snatch away the lives of all my faultless wives, and even felt happy to have done so! Your humanity!
His mouth spewing dirty curses, Regulus's body, as he spoke of the sorrows of being plundered from, was suddenly sent flying. The reason for that was the spear of ice sent by the girl who had emerged from the church's entrance on the other end of the street. The spear of ice struck Regulus with astonishing momentum and rotation, ceaselessly striking the body of the standing Regulus in succession. His body was sent flying like a doll, and in the process, several more spears of ice flew towards him. The momentum did not stop there, and like this, Regulus's body was slammed straight into the waterway, and, with a loud crack, the waterway was frozen, becoming an ice sculpture in Regulus's form.
All that just now. Consider it a divorce from your wives.
Striding across the frosted street, Emilia returned to the battlefield in a flash of silver. She stood on the collapsed street, looking at Subaru as she ran up to him, whose pitiful sight made her narrow her amethyst eyes.
Subaru! That wound!
I'm fine! It's just something I cut so that it bleed more. More importantly, the church. What about the wives?
Everyone wished to defeat Regulus. That's why.
Averting her gaze, Emilia's attention drifted slightly back to the glaciated church. This reaction was enough to convey that Emilia's choice had not belonged to her alone, and the weight of that choice, Subaru would have to bear it as well.
But the effect of Lion's Heart should have been interrupted. That man's invincibility trick should have ended.
No. It doesn't seem to be something that'll be so easily solved.
Huh?
The
Sacrifices... Sorry.
No, sorry, it's okay. The sacrifices made as a result of our choices should have been the price paid for the answer.
And as those thoughts flashed through Subaru's mind, Emilia shook her head slightly. Immediately after being astonished by her reaction, the ice filling the waterway behind them began to crack. The crack began to expand, affecting even the flow of the waterways which had been blocked off. The collapse spread to where waterway met water flow. Subaru's souls were immersed in water, overflowing towards the streets.
Truly, laughably ridiculous arrogance. Vulgarity that is incorrigible. Incompetence that brings speechlessness. Shamelessness that brings disbelief. Inferiority that is beyond salvation!
Leaving the canal, the murderer, who was drenched, but not wet in the slightest, approached. His white suit unstained, his white hair unshaken by the wind, his white face free of wounds, without even a drop of sweat. This existence was practically a daydream. No, better to call it a nightmare that appeared midday.
Now, what will you do? You two. How do you plan to take responsibility? You droned on and on like you do something great, and in the end this was nothing but a failed miscalculation. In the end there were only sacrifices. How do you plan to recover from this situation?
In the form of this Regulus, who was enraged to the point of madness, the effect of Lion's Heart yet lingered unchanged. Emilia had made an assault at such a level, but forget being wounded, even a trace of what had happened could not be seen at all.
How is this possible? Even just now you were speaking of Lionheart's unending effects. How could someone like you have the presence of mind to bluff in a situation like that?
You think me so kind that I turn a deaf ear to that which can't be ignored. I'll say this first. Is it the notion of not infringing on others' hearts basic etiquette? Clearly no one's looking down on the rights of others, so how is it that you two are always doing something so mentally deficient? Conscious aside, are you lacking in even basic intelligence?
Facing these unintentionally provocative lines from Subaru, Regulus looked down with an unimpressed expression, knocking against his head of white hair.
Seems that the contemptuous prostitute had counted them wrong, doesn't it? Not remembering the number of lives she's reaped, even though she's the one who's done so. The killer's way of thinking. Certainly there's something wrong with it.
Since when did you have the right to say those words?
Don't surreptitiously try to change the topic. Anything I've done to date has absolutely nothing to do with that woman's ungratefulness. Don't turn your back on the sins you have committed. Don't look away. Tossing your own issues aside to blame the other party. Don't you feel ashamed to call yourself a person?
No matter where he went, carrying a vexing share of rage to impose on others, was Regulus. Carrying not a single doubt about his way of life was the foundation of Regulus Corneus. How many contradictions would appear in his series of speeches before he was satisfied? Discourse with Regulus was truly damaging to sanity. Faced with a sin archbishop of the witch cult, it made one wonder if it was wrong to not be insane.
But look, you miscalculated.
The substitutes for his heart, would even destroying all the alternatives of those be unable to lift Regulus's invincibility? There should have been no problem in theory. During his risky bet with his life, Regulus had proven that he was not so smart as to be able to calculate with skillful words the way Subaru could. Regulus did not have the ability to deceive or rely on his eloquence to mislead others. Completely devoid of the ability to empathize. In his world, there was no one but him. Marriage was merely imitation. Speeches were merely ideological. Battles were merely conducted as an amateur. His way of being was merely pure malice, almost exactly like a little king.
53 people.
Standing next to Subaru as he trembled, Emilia muttered. She had not, until now, towards Regulus's fallacies, curses, unspeakable complaints, shown any reaction whatsoever. Only one sentence. All she spoke was this one sentence.
Just now. What did you say?
I said 53 people. The number of women you forcefully brought to your side. Could it be that I'm wrong? That would be absolutely impossible. I could never miscount the number of lives.
And? So what? What are you trying to say?
With a contemptuous attitude, Regulus dismissed Emilia's quiet assertion as that of a fool, digging a finger into his ear, an attitude full of ridicule. Even Subaru, with sarcasm as his strongest suit, wanted to clap in praise for his flippant manner. Just as Subaru was about to accept Regulus's provocation, Emilia looked straight towards him. Then she shook her head slightly at Subaru, who held his breath.
It's all right, Subaru. I understand it all now.
I understand. You mean...
And because I'm incredibly angry right now, no longer will I forgive him.
Feeling fear squeeze his chest, Subaru saw it. Emilia quietly made disappear all feeling from her gentle expression, the tone of her voice dropping. She, having frozen her feelings like that, was the angriest he had ever seen. A frigid flame rolling across her frozen eyes, Emilia touched her chest. and then spoke.
Regulus's heart is here. Right now. Beating inside my chest.
And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen!
Ta-da!
Chapter
Bum,
end.
bum.
Oh my gosh, I'm so angry. I've been trying to load Pablo's art while reading this whole time. Give it a few
Pablo's
minutes.
art is
though.
so
Multitasking.
incredible.
Congratulations, everyone. That was
Multitasking's a bitch
fantastic.
sometimes.
It really
Yes,
is.
it was.
Sorry for that one line. It just said question mark. And I was
Bruh,
like,
bruh, shut up! No one wants to hear that, bruh. You the goat! You the goat, Wulu! Shut up!
Hello. Oh my
You
god.
fucking rock this chapter. Shut the fuck up.
There she is. There she is. Oh, finally. Look at this beautiful artwork. There we go. Sorry, Pablo.
My heart rate is kind of going off the deep end with that one. My bad. My bad, body.
my heart was on the edge the entire reading.
Fantastic work,
Yeah, you can tell.
everyone. Oh my gosh, Mango, that was fantastic. You were so easy
Good
to
job.
follow.
Good job,
Was.
Mango.
Thank you. I was really nervous.
You did
You did so
fantastic.
well.
You did amazing.
We completely
Thank-
forgot to give you a heads up about live reads. You did fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
like I could have. I was like almost sure that you were gonna not know when the question mark came up, so I told you. But you were right on the ball with that. That's really impressive, honestly. Or
It's
did you see my message, or you literally like?
No, I
Yeah.
actually didn't see it. I actually didn't see it till after, but I didn't see a question mark. It said Sylphie. It actually said Sylphie.
What?
Oh, are you on the old one? Are you on a different translation than
I'm-
us?
On the one that Kyle sent just before we started.
What the
I
heck?
could have sworn your
There was a
first
question mark.
line was yeah.
Was it?
Well,
Oh, maybe
I
I
was
just
doing the
knew.
right thing.
You just had a fucking crazy
Just
sixth sense.
instinctually
Holy
felt
shit.
it.
Maybe I
just-
did.
It's
I
my
had a question
time.
mark.
With your
too.
so into character, you could even understand when the lines are yours.
That's what happened to me. Like my line was like question mark and question mark. I was like, what?
Yeah, I would have pinged you about it. I was unfortunately like someone was
I
having
was-
an argument, so I was trying to help them out. But
Yeah, I was on the full like text page, so it's all
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
man.
I kind of wasn't prepared with my Regulus voice, so sorry about that. I kind of
No,
you were
no,
there
no,
the
no.
entire time.
No,
No, you did.
Oh,
You did
yeah.
great.
Fantastic work. Thank you for your help.
it was
Great
funny.
job, everyone.
Also,
Oh, thank
Teodi,
you,
you were
Kyle.
so fucking good at the rating, by the way. My
Holy
god,
shit,
I was
yeah.
100%.
I was really into that chapter. I was just listening along, like.
Thank you.
prepping.
I am so sorry, Gojo. I didn't even think about switching when it had the chapter breaks. I just
That
Don't
was-
worry,
that was
like, as
cool.
long as like you keep reading, I'm fine with it.
I'm so sorry.
For next
I didn't know
time,
Gojo wanted to read too. Huh.
Man, 3
I
narrators.
mean, I haven't done anything official yet, so I'm just waiting.
I think
We can
we're
do it
gonna. I'm gonna check in for the next chapter. I think we might skip this week, and just spend that day organizing. Maybe we'll get in call and maybe do a fun live stream, just to get things ironed out. Because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take those proofread chapters and fucking scrap all those random like question marks and the random
Yeah.
like
I was
thought
yeah.
I was
processes
gonna
and
say
narration.
those question marks infringed on my rights. Darn it.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Why did
That's
they
the
even
thing.
do it for Regulus? We
They
fucking know
stole
who
a
Regulus
whole ass
is.
They
rant
stole.
from you.
They stole my right to rant.
It's like, who the fuck are they trying to fool? No other fucking character is gonna scream, "Ah, you're infringing on me!" Blah, blah, blah. Like, get the fuck out.
Besides the Snicker bar, now I have to review question marks, and that's gonna be a long speech in and of itself.
It was Regulus's twin brother, Regulus.
Yo.
If you lie.
Yeah, I actually voiced Rego. My bad, guys. They recently
Yeah,
added a new
All the
character.
wives. Holy shit, Kana going off with the wives. Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I-
Oh my
I
God,
looked
that
in
was-
chat. I looked in
Oh, no,
chat
that
because
was
I was
you.
curious. No one in chat could tell it was me. So that's
You and that.
Anna, that's incredible. You actually sound like a girl.
I didn't.
I swear, I mean that in the best way possible too.
Don't worry. I like being told that. Wait, that sounded suggestive. No, not like that. Not like that. I
Oh.
just, you know.
I didn't know you went that way, man.
We'll use that.
Oh my
We'll use that in private later.
We'll not disclose that on this
Well,
stream. But anyway,
fair enough.
Regulus
Yeah,
supports the rights of everyone, isn't that right, Regulus?
I didn't think I did it. I'm surprised because I've showed Matt like 7 different recordings at this point of me sounding like a girl. I'm surprised that he still can't tell.
I couldn't tell for the very, very first one, but
Yeah,
for the other ones I could tell.
When the first one happened, I was like, wait, there's only one person that could be, but is that really you?
Yeah.
And then I was like, holy shit, it is.
Yeah, for the last one, I tried to, because usually the way I sound feminine is I try to like do a whisper voice, but try to make it as loud as possible, so it's kind of breathy. But I wanted to switch it up because if I did all three like that, it was gonna sound really samey. So for the last one, I tried to literally just like talk like a girl really high, and I don't know how it sounded. I'm curious to go back
It
and
was
hear it.
really good.
Sounded good.
Yeah.
You did a pretty good job of actually differentiating.
You
the,
actually,
like,
you
different
actually
stuff.
fooled me.
That's
You
what I like to
bamboozled
aim for.
it.
The main question is, does anybody know where I can buy a church-sized air fryer?
What?
Try Best Buy. Try Best
But
Buy.
just
They have
buy,
everything.
Man, I got you. Yeah. Please don't. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that's what the chapter was going to be about, so I was actually kind of jaded and angry when I was reading. I wasn't expecting that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
heavy.
hey,
Yeah, but
Listen,
can't wait for the anime adaptation where they're just gonna give Emilia big, cute, googly eyes, and instead of being angry, she's just gonna be like, "Ah, Regulus is harder to me."
anybody, whoever does the
Regulus.
dubs, we are available. We can step in. And
Yeah,
we can
If you
please.
need us,
we can
call
help out.
us.
I'll
Hit
be
us
the
up.
random merchant in the city somewhere.
I'm
you
the
can't
only
get-
merchant here.
If you can't get in touch with Crucia's original
That-
voice actor, I am a vocal doppelganger.
You really are.
I can rant for novels, guys. I
Isn't
can
it true
rant
that
and yell.
TLD had never heard the Cruise voice actress? She just did it, and she sounded just like her.
Yeah,
It is
was
true,
right
yes.
to me.
I'm
That's
apparently Kaylee Mills. We've never been seen in the same room. Ooh.
No, it's like I said before. She's blonde and cute. I am brunette and awesome.
Yo! Yeah!
So,
Oh,
what did
gosh.
we think of the chapter?
Well, I've been out of the loop for a very long time, so it was hard for me to like listen to this and get like really invested at first. But as soon as I heard "Angry Emilia" at the end from Kyle's, I remembered why I love ReZero so much. I kind of got chills. So
Yeah,
Kyles,
I
I
actually got
really
chills.
did like the ending of
Oh,
like
thank
your
you.
acting.
Ah! Thank you!
I completely
Michael
forgot about
Hawks
the whole Emilia's gonna fucking freeze their hearts to like give them a safer death. I forgot that was a thing. That's pretty fucking morbid, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emilia is actually
So
the
no-
highlight of some of this arc, honestly. Pretty nice.
Yeah, that's coming from
huge
Matt,
time
the
pop.
professional Emilia hater, the
Yeah,
Emilia trash
I'm-
talker.
Yeah.
I
It's a
feel
lifestyle.
kind of out of the loop with the chapters because it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like where Regulus is going from a character perspective because like I'm kind of conceptualizing when that huge long-winded 3-page rant comes up. Given his, that may or may not be about his backstory that I can't really talk about here just yet because spoilers, but
Spoilers!
I really like where this character's going. What else? Besides, it's hard to explain his character, but other than that, it's a lot of yelling and yelling at Wolf. I like to do.
He's
We
definitely
all love to
one
bully
of
the
my
British guy.
favorite archbishops for sure. I like.
No,
him.
we
You
just
having a Twitter debate.
I
I
love
love
just-
how heated we get, despite the fact me and Woody talk really gently to each other.
Lulu, what are your plans for preparing for that rant? What are you gonna do? What vocal warm up? Would you like to share with the class what your plans are for tackling that?
It's a secret.
Yeah!
Hopefully involves a ton of
It's
ginger.
always that way. I see.
Roll up
Might
and
be
hope for the
something.
best.
It might be something you may or may not expect from Regulus.
Whoa.
But after reading that whole entire thing, I think I might have a few ideas. Some people may or may not approve it. Don't know.
As
I
long
can't
as
see
you're
the future.
confident in it, that's all that
Yes.
matters.
Yes.
I'm pretty confident in it.
A glass of water.
Well, there you
by
go.
that way.
Well, I've got a jug of water ready.
Oh, okay.
I was really struggling with this chapter because I haven't yelled properly, like full emotional.
Oh, I slipped on
info
so many
document.
words. I slipped on so many words because it's like, oh crap, I haven't live read in like months.
I've not argued with someone like properly ever.
Bitch,
So
what?
Yeah.
Excuse
I've
me?
never got really.
No, hold up.
We've
I'm
had to
not
get domestic in
proper
here.
arguing.
Wait. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Guys, help.
I mean, to be fair, Wolf and Wooloo, Regulus speaks in these long-winded rants, and he has many syllable words, and it's also very hard to show the amount of emotion that Subaru does. So I think, considering you both did pretty good. So.
I'll be honest, like, I've known Regulus for over a year, and I still don't know why he talks like this half the time. I think he's 100. I still think he's 100, and it's Grandpa's off his rocker, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, that's 100% what he is.
Grandpa, did you get a Snickers?
No.
You see, back in my
I'm allergic to peanuts, you little shit.
Back in my day, we killed those who violated our rights.
Back in my day, wait, I can't do an old man voice.
Back in my
day. Oh god.
I'm not even gonna
I guess-
try. I'm just gonna get picked on.
No, do it.
I did old lady.
Come on, little lady, we want to hear it. We want to hear it, please, Giles, please.
Please.
Giles.
Shut up, you whippersnapper.
Yeah. Cute.
Thank you. Someone
Regulus
kinda
is
cute.
a boomer. Very
That's
good.
there it is. There it fucking is. Fuck.
Yeah, Wooloo, have you ever considered getting like a Regulus cosplay and like making TikToks of Regulus, just like complaining about trends and daily life and all that?
It's these days.
I thought about
no respect.
I thought about firing my Twitch account and just like doing the Regulus voice while I just play various video games.
Oh my god.
Just be toxic.
Raging
It just
at
be
your
toxic. It just be toxic to people online and just go into long-winded rants of why they're getting victory royales.
Oh, you
Why?
mean
He
me?
would.
That would
so.
genuinely be great, honestly. Would genuinely be great. Because if you do it like a cosplay, you're not gonna be like taken down or anything. If you did like a VTuber Regulus, you might be taken down because like
Yeah.
that's more like official.
Any
I
one of
guess
us would be
then.
taken down because we're so much like the characters at this point.
Or just do God.
Yeah.
The Katakawa
That's-
sees
that's
us
fine.
as a threat.
Fuck you,
I wish
Katakawa.
I was as cool as Otto. I dream of it every day, but that's the goal, I guess.
Yeah.
I might be getting an auto cosplay.
Hey,
Ooh.
you never know.
For
I
me?
could-
What a
I
bitch.
could
No,
be
for me.
Wolfiana for real.
Hey,
No,
May.
before me, I said.
Oh.
Now that you
Can't believe
brought
you
it
went
up,
before me.
Yeah, we should hold you to that, Wolf. I'm
Well,
gonna hold you to that
I
now.
will
What did he say?
audition. I will do
He
it.
said he's going to dress up as Wolfiana.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Oh,
hold him
don't
to
worry.
that.
When he's here,
I'm gonna keep
we're
it
gonna
real.
dress him up in that.
I don't want to
Oh,
see that.
great.
Hey, please don't. If you're gonna do that, keep it away from me, dude. I'm good.
It's a channel
Man.
redemption.
I thought you loved me, Kanda.
Not in
We'll
that
make a
way.
new tier on the Patreon to get
That's a
access to
lot
the
of
pictures.
Wolfiana.
There's a lot.
Patreon exclusive.
Do you think
Yes.
they'll give me the role in season 3 if I dress up as Liliana and do that?
I would
You
beg
know
them
what?
to.
You might just be able to convince them if you do that. I think you could do it.
You really gotta sell it, yeah.
I'm really trying to convince them that Liliana's my favourite character and I've been dying for this moment my entire life. I'm
I'll
like,
give
guys,
it.
this character has spoken to me so deeply.
You
I
know?
need to play her.
Sean Shiplock may support hardcore.
We don't say that name around here.
We don't say
We
that
don't
name in
say-
these parts.
What's wrong with Sean Shiplock?
Yeah, I was about to say.
He's not Wolf. He's not
Oh.
Wolf.
Sweet.
Well, obviously, nobody
calm
can
the
be
loop.
Wolf.
Shh, that name's forbidden. I'm not supposed to talk about that.
No spoilers and chat.
Did I
No
hear
spoilers
Sean
and chat.
Shiplock?
We don't
Who's saying
talk
that
about
goddamn name?
Shiplock. No, no, no.
Oh my god.
So how's the rest of everybody's lives been this crazy past year?
Oh gosh.
6 months. Even
Should
just
we go
2
in
weeks.
order? Let's do this organized. We can go from top to bottom again. Or bottom to top, whichever we prefer.
I'm more of a bottom guy. Oh,
Excuse me?
Okay, we'll go from the bottom then. Alright, Wolf, you're first.
Take that information and put it to work, Matt.
So,
Oh! Ew!
oh no.
Alright,
No, thank you.
so
my.
back on track. Wolf, TLD, then Wooloo, and all the way up the line. We'll talk about what we've been up to.
Yeah, because my life's so interesting. Okay.
It is.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, as many of you might have noticed, I've not been very active for the past year, I'd say. I've got a job now, which I've been working at for about... Oh, is this better?
Yes, thank
There
you.
you go.
Much better.
So, still learning how to use this thing, by the way. But, I've been working for almost a year now. I've been saving lots of money, and I'm aiming to move in with Kylie.
Yep.
I'm
Patchy.
flying in over the ocean in about a month. Yeah, exciting stuff. That's been my life.
Nice.
That's why I've not been active. I've been working 30 to 40 hours every week for almost a year. So, and because of time zones, whenever I do come home, either no one's available or I need to go to bed.
Patchy, patchy.
On that grind for sure.
Yeah, on the
Oh,
bread
yeah.
grind, man.
But I'm really excited to be back, and soon I'm leaving work, and I'll actually be able to do stuff online again, which is going to be fucking...
Yeah, you're gonna go back
Alright.
to that YouTube channel, that acclaimed YouTube channel of yours, right?
I am.
Don't you have a don't you have a YouTube
Wait,
project?
you actually are? That doesn't
Yeah.
make... No, I can't make the joke then. Fuck, don't.
I'm actually going to be doing shit. I know, it's crazy.
Gotta
I'm
whip
also
them in
going to
shape.
be voice acting again, like actually looking into it properly this time,
Nice.
which is
Awesome.
really exciting. And also hang out with you guys a lot if I can.
Yay!
I've really
Yay!
I know it doesn't
Hooray.
seem like it because I don't talk much, but I've really missed all of you. So,
Hmm.
Hmm.
lots of love.
Right. All right, you sap. What about you, TLD?
All right. All right. I finally finished moving from Hawaii to Pennsylvania, and now we're in Arizona.
Woo-hoo.
The minions
All around
got
the
to
map.
school. The youngest minion starts school actually next month, so
Aw.
I'm so close to being free. It's not even funny. Because I do
Damn.
love them, but no offense to them. I have gotten so much done with them gone for the summer visiting my parents. Because there's no little bodies coming behind me undoing all of my work. So I clean something and it stays clean, and it's a nice feeling.
I bet.
But
I'm
let's see. I also worked at Amazon for 4 months, which, while the money was nice, it was a mistake
It's Amazon.
because it aggravated stuff that I've been trying to get a hold of the VA for disability, but they need to send me my records and they still haven't.
Ugh.
So I have to wait for that.
VA.
Yeah, so basically I have to wait on them so they can just be like, "Oh yeah, you're bad broke." And then we can get that taken care of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I quit working at Amazon in first week of May. I quit. I worked there from the end of September to the beginning of May.
Oh wow. That's a
Yeah,
while.
It was a while, and then finally it was just like, you know what, this isn't working out anymore, and I just left because you can. I mean, I gave him like a week's notice. I didn't just stop showing up, but it was just like, yeah, I'm done.
It's always good, professionalism-wise. Yeah, I give it 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but a week is good too. I mean, a day is enough for Amazon, honestly.
Pretty much.
People
People walk off in the middle of shift. They'll just go to lunch break and be like, yeah, I'm not coming back.
Oh no!
All right.
Yeah, Amazon has one of the highest like turnover rates of any company in the world. It is.
It doesn't surprise me.
I heard
read-
it's
an
I heard it's
obscene-
horrible.
It's an obscenely high number.
I've read
Yeah.
many an article about really interesting things.
Oh yeah, and the warehouse I worked at, it was actually one of the better ones. It wasn't bad, so I haven't run into some of the problems other places did. But finally, it was just like, you know what? We don't need me to work this job. We'll be fine if I don't have this job. So why am I breaking what's left of me for something that I don't like and I don't need? So
Gotta live your
I
life.
stopped.
Good
Yeah.
on
Hell
you.
yeah. Let's go tail.
So yeah, basically all I've been trying to do now is get the house done, which is almost done. I've made so much progress. And then I actually have an acoustic guitar and some art supplies I've been
Yeah?
needing to get into and learn. So
Oh yeah!
we'll see how that goes next.
Got this.
Definitely share in the class when you learn that acoustic guitar. I love watching people starting out learning music and shit.
Tiodi and Kanda make music when?
Who knows? As soon as I get off my butt and start practicing. But yeah, that's everything that's been going on with me.
What about you, Wooloo?
So, I've been all over the place the past 6 months. I've moved from Maryland to North Carolina now.
Ooh.
I'm settled into a new place. It's actually very nice down here. Up in Maryland was kind of affecting me in negative ways, so I'm glad to be out of there and in a somewhat better place where my rent's cheaper and I'm actually making more money. I work in security.
The double whammy with that one.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of double whammies, I have probably been working for 3 weeks straight, but the money is so good, and I kind of need the money for plans and stuff. As to what those plans are, I might be biting off a bit more than I can chew. But I'm trying to get back into voice acting, and I've been putting auditions in like crazy.
Nice.
Actually got casted for I don't know if anyone's ever seen Final Fantasy in a Nutshell.
Oh, okay.
I know about it.
Nice.
The new one, Final Fantasy Tactics in a Nutshell. I play Ramza.
That's a good one.
Ooh, look at you go.
Making the schmooves?
Oh, it is free work technically, but I enjoy it, and it's all about the experience. Actually, work is really more about the experience and less about the money, because the more experience you get, the more you can, technically command. But other than that, I'm trying to, like I say, I bite off too much more than I can chew. But right now, I'm looking into going back to college for my bachelor's degree. I want to try and go into video game design if I can.
Oh, nice.
And and I'm trying to get back into drawing again, because I want to draw my own manga. I don't know if that's gonna take off. Kind of just want to do it for me.
Yeah.
You have a story in mind, or you specifically just want to draw manga, general manga of your own?
So far, it's some ideas here and there and some inspirations from other series that I've
What's
been
your
rewatching.
inspirations?
So this is kind of before your all's time. Mango likes this one too. It's called Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that's a classic.
Oh, before my time.
I was gonna say it's not before my time.
I feel insulted.
So good. So good, and it never ages.
I haven't watched it, but
No, it
I
doesn't.
know about it.
Kanda, do yourself a favor and love yourself and watch that.
Yeah, it's made by
Yes.
the same author as Hunter x Hunter, so if you're enjoying Hunter...
Oh, that's another inspiration too. It's another
Oh, okay.
inspiration too. I've always loved the storytelling and just how different all those characters are from other stories that I read. And one thing I kind of also like is it's not really just action based, but there's always just some balance to everything.
Did you plan on drawing the manga format from right to left, or is it more like
Oh yeah.
manga or a comic?
Oh yeah. I want to get as authentic with it as possible. I've noticed a lot of American mangakas, and they do actually exist, believe it or not. It's just not saying their art's bad or anything. It's just there's always something missing, and I can't tell what that is particularly. Oh, I'm gonna unravel the secrets. Then I'm gonna do my thing.
I'll
Hell
be
Please
looking
tell
out
us how
for
it
that.
goes.
Nice.
If you need
Cool to
voice
see.
actors.
Give us a call.
We're cheap. In fact, we're free.
In fact, we're dirt cheap.
Oh, I'll find a way to pay you guys. I promise.
See,
In
I've been saying that for
exposure.
months, too.
Yes.
All
But-
we need is payment and recognition. That's all.
That's right.
Yo, I'm happy
Fine.
with the sausages I've got right now. It's great.
I was gonna say, there's lots of ways to pay people.
All right.
When One
birthday.
Piece. One Piece is the last one too. I love One Piece so much.
Hey, let's talk about One Piece together. I have nobody to talk about One Piece with.
I'm on Skype here.
I don't want to drop spoilers though. Even
Oh,
though I
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
of course,
I've
of
just
course.
been kind of I'm on Water 7 right now, but I just jump all over
Oh.
on YouTube because I just need to know what happens.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin the experience for anyone else. So
Oh,
enjoy
you'll
the 10,000 episodes, everybody.
Woohoo.
Ugh.
All right, birthday
What's
boy
going
Pat.
on with, yeah,
what's
Pat,
your
what's
life
going
been
on?
Birthday
doing?
boy.
What's been going on?
Jesus, it's been weird.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I'm another year older and another year close to death.
Yay!
So that's
It's one way to look
that's
at
happy. That,
Patty,
oh man, that's the
patty.
only way to look at it.
it. That is,
But no,
It's
been-
not death. It's
Freedom?
another. I don't.
Getting ready for New Game Plus.
Freedom.
Expiration date.
It's drunk day. It's let's get drunk day.
Oh, I can't drink anymore, man. Drink doesn't agree with me anymore.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, Pat.
Yeah, that happens as we get older.
Yeah.
When the Irish
not
project
in
itself.
not in that way.
That's
It's
taking away a part of your culture, man. What?
since I got COVID, my body has just been absolutely wrecked. So if I drink, I just fall asleep.
Oh, Pat.
So drinking isn't fun anymore. And now I just taste the drink rather than getting drunk. And then you're just like, why did I drink this back in the day?
Oh God.
But yeah, it's it's a good thing. I shouldn't be drinking anyway. That stuff's bad for you. But
You
it's
could always get Indian food.
Indian food. Yeah, I could.
Indian food.
The food in general is nice,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
They love a bit
Indian,
of food.
Indian just always comes to mind for me personally.
Yeah,
I
but
like a good sausage roll.
Oh.
You're such a little shit.
I should have seen that coming. Yeah, I still look at sausages weirdly, but yeah, I haven't done really anything. It's mainly be sleep,
Forget
walk,
yams.
and the sort of exercise. Actually, that's what I've been doing to get my body back into shape.
Oh, I've
But,
been trying to keep up with that too, but exercise is so exhausting.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Hey, I'll just run
But,
for like an hour and then I'll just be like, I'm good. I don't want to do anymore.
Man, that's more than I can do. So fair play.
Yeah, I struggled to run for half an hour when I was doing the thing.
It's super hard to keep up with though. Like I'll just get lazy most of the time.
Man, being lazy is so easy.
Don't get old,
But,
guys. It sucks.
Oh yeah, getting old, yeah. But things are happy. Like insurance is cheaper now for me. I'm
Oh,
happy.
yeah.
25. Yeah, so now I don't lose as much money. But
Oh.
But do they tax you on health insurance too?
well, like you don't really need it. But like it'd probably be handier for me if I did have it. I'm more so like insurance for like other things like car and all that. Like I'm probably going to get like 200 to 300 quid off it now, so that's going to be so
that's
good.
good.
Nice.
Really nice.
I'm gonna be able to spend money on things I want
yes,
rather
sir.
than things I need.
Oh my god.
No. TCC classes again.
Oh man, but yeah, my life has been very dull these past few months. This has been probably the most exciting thing I've done in quite a while.
Yay!
So yeah, and it's great to be back, man. Just even hearing your voices, it feels so good.
Oh.
Also, bless you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday also, man.
Oh, thank
great.
you very much.
It's very great to hear from you and all of you friends once again.
Hmm.
Happy birthday to you.
To you. Oh no, guys.
Happy
oh,
birthday
Thanks,
to
guys.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
to
More.
you.
The score delay is really annoying.
Wow, that
That's so-
sounded really messed up when everyone's voices just meshed together and coming in and out. I was like, oh yeah. But
It's like
thanks,
some
guys.
eldritch being is wishing
Happy
you
birthday from the demons of hell.
Demons of hell. That's the best place to get birthday wishes.
yeah,
that
yeah.
means they like you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, that means you get to do whatever you want down there, right?
Oh
Nice.
yeah. I guess I'm heading there anyway. So like
Might as well get
might
in
as
with
well
them
get
now.
birthday wishes. Yeah.
Exactly.
It is, yeah. Best buds, me and Devil.
Me and Satan, good drinking buddies.
Good drink. Yeah, he
Good
probably
drink,
forced me to drink, but yeah.
Well,
He would spot the bill at least.
You'd hope.
No, I think like he'd do the dine and dash sort of thing and leave you with the bill. That seems like a sort of devilly thing to do. He'd be like, I'm gonna
wouldn't
make
be
your
cool.
life even worse since you got here. But yeah, that's everything.
All right.
Maddie Tuish, Sharon.
Maddie.
All right. I mean, I wasn't a main member of the cast, so I don't know if people really care, but
We care.
We do.
I graduated college. I'm actually I'm also living in Arizona, so that's a surprise.
Welcome to the land of heat and death.
It's Scorpion.
I've been here for 4 years now, and
I've been here for one, and I'm not a fan.
I'm also like up in far north Phoenix, so it's 10 degrees cooler. in the
Ah,
valley.
okay. Yeah, that's the good place. We're in Goodyear, so yeah, it's not a happy place.
So I graduated and I'm going back for masters. I'm doing accounting.
Nice.
And I've been working an internship at one of the big 4 accounting firms.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Let's go, Maddie.
Maddie making the bread?
Yep. Yeah, like I was honestly surprised how much the internship paid. You get paid you basically get paid in a month the same thing as a first year accountant, which surprised me. I was expecting a lot less.
I mean, it's internships. I'm not too familiar with them, but especially if you're a part of an accounting place, they pay up, man. If you're going for that, I'd stick with it. You'll
They
Yeah,
do so much. It's like they have like the place that I work as a big complex out in Florida where they do trainings, and they sent us there, and it was like all free food. The only thing you had to pay for is alcohol, but I don't drink, so it was basically free the entire time, and so I was there for 3 days, just hanging out and learning stuff. It was great.
Sweet.
Nice.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Would you
So,
say there's any? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I was saying so yeah. I would heavily suggest accounting for people looking at college. It's a great industry. You just have like a month where it's not fun, but outside of that, it's really chill.
I hope it works out
Fuck
for you, man.
yeah.
Would you say
Ah,
there's
good
any
job.
like hobbies that you've picked up recently, or is it mainly just the stuff you've mentioned?
No, it's just been my old hobbies. I've been playing like the new Fire Emblem Muso
Oh.
game. Been watching anime, so just the same old for me.
Anybody
Although
pick
I
up?
did, yeah. Oh, sorry. Although I did recently try golf again, purely because I was watching the golf anime from this last season.
Oh. Oh man, that show was, yeah, it was.
Golf's a hard game.
Birdie Wing, best anime of last
all
season.
time. Oh yeah, that
Yes, of all time.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Golf seems like it's a little too much walking around for me. It's a little lazy, so unless you guys have golf carts, then that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I just have problems with balls going into the lake. They just seem to be attracted to there. So yeah, golf.
Oh, yeah,
Wanna
no.
go
I
swimming?
like
I
my
Listen,
sports.
I sink.
everything.
I don't
It's
swim.
not good.
The balls
like my
want to go swimming.
I like my sports to have RPG mechanics to them.
Oh, of course.
I'll have an
Double your
experience.
sure,
self
like-
stick.
I'll have an
I'm pretty
experience
sure
bar
you
that
could
goes
do that
up.
like with. Sorry, but
Oh,
So
That
polite.
Loki just died.
am I next? Am I going? Are you? What?
Let's do it.
Am I going, Maddie?
Yep, go.
Okay. Okay, so
Meow.
it's kind of amazing. I could talk forever despite how little I'm actually doing. So I guess I'll just go over the Cliff Notes version. So, what's been going on in my life? I've been working. Best Buy. Don't work there. It's awful. The only good thing is the discount. So I've been working there. I worked in computers and I went part-time beginning of the year. And I do these security cameras now. I stand in the same place all day looking at cameras for people that don't steal.
Wow.
So that's awesome. That's real awesome.
Oh.
Living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream. But man, it pays decently, and I get some good money off. I'm staying there until I get my tax return. Wish the IRS would hurry up with that one. Because I will be saving a very large amount of money with the discount with all the stuff I'm getting. I'm getting a new PC. That'll be nice.
Nice.
So I can give my father my old one. Since he does graphic design and he needs a better PC to run his Cintiq. And I'm doing school. School's always fun.
Hey,
film editing.
I actually
trying to do
unironically love school.
I did not like school. I unfortunately during high school I was
Well, high
pretty-
school I didn't like, but college.
Yeah.
No
like,
one
I
likes high school.
I did not
Okay.
like high school. I unfortunately coasted through it. So like coasted as in I did not care about my grades at that point, so I did the minimum to get by.
Yeah.
Mistake. It was a lot harder to get into school that way, but I got it eventually. So, but I kind of like ever since I got into working full time, I'm like, man, this sucks. I would rather be going to school than working full time, at least since it's a job that I don't like. If it was a job that you like, you obviously want to do that, right? Aside from going to school and working, I've had a grandiose adventure with trying to get my microphone working. I've had two microphones that did not work. Kylie heard all about that one. So basically, I was just like, sorry, go ahead.
We seem to be cursed with microphones, I've noticed.
Yeah. So, long story short, my microphone started to cut out. I thought it was not my microphone since it was a good microphone. It cost like $300. I went to go get a microphone of the exact same model that had the same issue, so I was like, oh, can't be two microphones having the same issue, right? Yeah, it turns out after testing out every other possibility over the course of like 3 weeks, it actually is the two microphones that sucked. So that was a waste of time. So I got a new microphone. That's finally working. Basically, it started to mess up a few months ago as soon as I found the resolve to actually start putting in some auditions. So that sucked.
What mic did you get, if you don't mind me asking?
Holy shit, we're still on you, Matt? You guys are so
Hey, a lot's happened in 6 months, okay?
Yeah.
I guess a lot can happen.
Yeah.
You're right.
I had the Lawton LA 220. I did heart surgery on it. Still messed up. I don't know how to fix it. So I basically I got parts from somebody. I built my own mic with a Neumann capsule, an MX. I forget the model specifically for the shaft, the case, the base, the body of the mic, and then a new circuit board. So I basically ground up, so no possibility of it messing up. So that's good. I'm finally going to start doing auditions soon, including one for this project, which will be nice as well. And then
You're gonna try out for Julius?
I'm going to do Julius and Ricardo. I think there's some potential for others for Julius. Ricardo, I think I will probably actually try and get.
I could see
a lot
you
of
doing
anime.
Julius too.
Yeah, I've heard that.
What
I've
I'm
heard
saying.
that. I'm watching a lot of anime. Conda and I hang out a lot. We do a lot of anime.
Yeah.
We're doing Hunter x Hunter right now. We did Zombieland
Ooh.
Saga. Watch Zombieland Saga. Great show. One Piece. I'm still watching One Piece. It's great. Watch
Hey,
One
One Piece.
And then I'm trying to exercise. God, I fell off when I fell off when COVID hit when I turned 20. That was yeah. I'm trying to get back into biking, but unfortunately, it's 95 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, which I believe is 35 degrees Celsius to around 40 degrees Celsius, like every day. So that sucks. Not biking because I would probably die of a heat stroke, but soon enough I will go exercise more often. That'll be nice. I don't want to go to the gym. I'd rather focus on cardio first than focus on like muscle building.
Hey,
and
I'd
stuff.
rather do cardio too. I don't like
Yeah.
doing push-ups or crunches.
Yeah. And then I don't think there's much else. That's kind of I'm just chilling. I'm chilling. That's my life right now.
Nice. Mango.
What's going on with you, Mango?
Well, and in terms of voice acting, I haven't really been active actually for a long time. And I only started last year, but I did just graduate from a grad program for mental health counseling.
Oh
So,
wow.
Nice.
Ooh.
thank you.
Outstanding citizen here. Clap. Pachi pachi.
Yeah, so that's good, and I'm waiting for my permit to come through so I can start working with clients and stuff and actually make real money.
Yay!
Hey.
Real money's
Can,
always
can,
nice.
Let's go.
can I work with you? I need it. I need help.
It's against that would be a conflict of interest, but
Damn!
Oh, she's probably...
But
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're gonna make all the money.
Well, I won't make that much. I only have a master's, not like a doctorate. I'm not like a psychologist. But they make the big bucks.
That's so cool, though.
Hey,
Congrats.
A living is a living.
Congratulations, yes.
Congrats.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Thank you. And it's kind of funny that you guys, like, so many people are based in Arizona because I was actually just there a few weeks ago
Oh,
visiting.
wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
How was that?
Mother, I think my mother actually lives in Arizona. It's either Arizona or New
Why
Mexico.
those people in Arizona?
My
Is
dog
it-
ran away to Arizona.
Why?
All the old
Oh,
people retire
no.
there. That's the
That sounds like
my
a
parents retired
song.
out here.
Why?
Right,
It
dude.
gets so hot. Why?
It's already like 100 in
That's
North
why we're in-
Carolina. I can't
It's
imagine.
hot in
That's why we're in
Canada.
Cave Creek. 'Cause
Poor
it's not as
Cheyenne.
hot.
She probably burned to death.
I
my
miss
God.
4 seasons.
I don't miss Four Seasons. I want to get away from the snow.
Yes.
Yeah,
See,
yes.
I haven't seen.
No.
Thank you.
Fuck.
I haven't
No.
had
I actually
snow or even
disagree.
like
I miss
cold
snow.
in forever. I miss it so much.
I want the snow. I want the snow.
Boo,
Fucking
boo.
trade ya.
No,
Well,
no.
well, just wait.
Just you fucking wait.
Oh shit.
Anything else, Mango?
Not that I can think of unless you guys want to ask me something.
It's okay. Well,
One
great
thing on
job.
Arizona. You may all think all your little connections to Arizona are cool, but my ancestors colonized it. That probably is
Oh,
not historically
awesome.
Why
accurate.
are you boasting
Uh,
about
No,
No.
that was
Oh,
no,
well,
no,
Spanish.
the Americans.
Technically,
the
The
Spanish.
Spanish got
I said
Arizona.
it. I
You're
said it
fucking
wasn't
right.
accurate. Okay. I said it
Very
wasn't
not
accurate.
accurate.
Stop
You
trying to
guys,
take
you
credit
guys
away
barely
from us
moved into
Americans.
America.
I might be wrong, but isn't it predominantly occupied by Native Americans?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
we
Oh
just-
yeah,
we-
yeah.
Is
They were
there-
always there
And the
first.
Spanish and the
It's
Americans
like-
came through, and
Yeah, we had a friendly chat. You know.
We had a friendly sit
Very
down.
friendly chat.
Yeah,
we
Exchange some
Thanksgiving.
gifts. Gave us some nice blankets.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh
I
my
will
god.
say from my
Oh my
history, I
gosh,
think
Taylor!
Arizona went a lot better than
Oh.
than other places. But yeah, no, they still messed them up.
They did.
That was so messed up.
Yeah, that was really
I
good.
felt that. My god.
I just taught that like 2
Anyways.
weeks ago, too. That's wild.
Kyle's.
Hi. Yes. Well, backpacking on what Wolf said earlier. Yeah, he's moving to me, to Canadian land. I've been teaching for the past month, which is why I had that huge hiatus. Just TLDR, I don't like teaching. But it's okay, cause you know I gave it a shot. My students were lovely. However, the board, you know, when you get an overpopulated classroom that should be 3 classes instead of 1, you can only do so much. They had 7 teachers. They cycled through, and they just slapped me into a classroom and didn't even check to
Sounds
see
like-
if I was teaching them anything.
Reminds me of
Oh.
like a restaurant that's overrun all the time and you only have like 1 or 2 cooks.
Yes,
Every
that's our
kitchen.
school board.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Working
that's
with
where
you,
your
trial
children are
business.
learning.
Kyle.
I still kind of do want to do the teaching thing abroad if I can. I just got to get a TOEFL.
It's
TOEFL
nice.
certificate.
Oh, yeah, it's
I was thinking
expensive.
more along the lines of just traveling though. Teaching
Honestly,
like
it's nice to not have a
5-year-olds,
job.
so
Yeah. Just to travel and have fun. Other than that, I've been teaching, working as a waitress, and also doing history tours. And this, it's been a lot.
history.
Yeah, I teach history as well.
Nice.
Grade 10 Canadian history. Woohoo! I might have students watching this right now. One of them happened to dox me. That was pretty great. I loved that.
Oh.
So if you're
Thank
watching
you.
this right now, hun, you better go delete that tweet, because, pretty pissed.
Oh.
Oh.
I truly hope you're okay, friend. Life
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
a little hectic.
But you know what? We're having fun here, and I've decided to go back full-time with voice acting and my VTubing, so that's picking up again.
Nice.
Wolf and I are investing in Rem, so she can actually do shit.
And so I can actually use it for shit.
Oh,
when-
speaking of
Yeah.
speaking of
This is starting
investing,
to sound like sunk cost, but
speaking of investing, I'm gonna get a new laptop soon.
Yay! Less fan noise. Woohoo!
I gotta be back to you on set. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to talk about fans? If I have one application on, it goes like.
Like a jet engine taking off.
So
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
you could
My
feel-
laptop can't breathe properly.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's
asthma.
like a pug.
One
No.
good thing to think about is laptop coolers. So most of them are really pretty bad, to be honest, but they can really help. If you get one of those like laptop coolers, you can just place it on the floor. It has like fans that blow into the like bottom of it. So
Yeah,
to cool it
I
down.
have one of those for my laptop that I use.
Yeah, I would invest in one of those if your new laptop gets a little.
Okay, nerd. Well, it's time for my intro. Oh wait, my manga arrived. I have to go pick up my manga. Bye.
Okay, perfect timing, because I had something else to say about Reverie stuff before you went anyways, Conda. Frick. So just addressing the Hollow recasting and Lightning recasting. Unfortunately, both of them are really busy. Fortunately, though, it's because they're working on their personal lives and their own streaming careers, so they're just really busy right now. Trust me, I have tried to get them to stay so many times, and they won't. But that's okay. We respect their decisions, and if you do want to audition for Julius, Ricardo, extras, or any understudies for all of our VAs, since we have very busy lives and schedules, feel free to audition on Casting Call Club. I'm going to post the link right now again. You have until the 10th. We're going to do callbacks to see how you interact with the cast, see if you can take direction well, and just how you can work with us as a whole. So we're going to test that out. I don't know what we're going to do for this week's chapter. I think we may skip it on Friday, now that we're back working again. I think we're going to start next week full force. I'm going to get everyone's schedules again and just take Friday to schedule everyone, make sure they can show up, and get backups if needed. Because we have really weird schedules. Yeah, that's my few announcements.
So we're not exactly like doing more readings tomorrow, right?
No, not tomorrow. It was supposed to be Friday, but now we're canceling that and just gonna organize that day.
So that gives me time to get my Wi-Fi mesh, so I can still
Yeah.
finish the readings.
There you go.
Yes.
Hooray!
Absolutely.
It all worked
It's
out
all
in the end.
working out.
Yay!
Woohoo!
I get to be with you guys on the readings for my last lines.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm gonna message you about
I'm
that.
gonna cry,
Lulu, by
man.
the way.
I'm
I have
gonna
something else
cry.
to say about that, so I'll message you later.
Gotcha.
Fantastic.
I don't want
No.
the Rego to go.
Wait.
It's okay.
Spoilers!
I'll still
Who said he was going
I
narrate.
mean, he
anywhere?
said his last lines. What do you want me to do?
No, he's not going anywhere. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna narrate here and there
Also,
till arc
Thunder-
7. Till arc 7.
Yeah.
Till arc 7. Your turn. Where
What's
have you
up?
been?
Oh.
What's up?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with this vocal coach guy in Colorado who holds like a bunch of vocal studio branches, and I'm gonna be setting up an appointment or whatever. They're really fucking expensive though, so that's not cool. But I'm gonna try it out. They said if you do like half-hour appointments, you get like a lot to learn, even though it's 30 minutes. So I'm hoping it'll be worth the money. But aside from wanting to sing like a female and talk like a female, because I'm fucking weird,
No.
I've just been watching anime, doing the things that neats do. Just imagine that. And then, like, me being on a normal sleep schedule, because that is something I have been doing. I've been waking up very early, taking morning walks. You guys at home, you don't understand the value of waking up early, like sitting down outside, listening to some
Oh my
soft music
God,
on your
that's so
speaker and
true.
reading a manga. Like,
So true.
damn, I have, like, you guys heard me talking about my manga. I have, like, fucking 212 volumes, I think, now. And I've only read about 18 of them. So my goal is to, like, actually start doing that so they're not just sitting there collecting dust. So, yeah, I guess my advice to all of you is don't buy things if you're just going to keep it there and not use it.
True.
Because that's
I'm
pretty
trying.
stupid.
I'm trying to like catch back up on that stuff too, so I can get inspired again.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just,
so
like,
many.
I work so many hours, and I come back.
There's so many good stories out there. Especially, I recommend to all of you at home, read Yona of the Dawn. Please read Yona of the Dawn. Please,
And Grand
I will do
Blue.
anything. Grand
Especially 'cause
Blue
we
is
got
pretty good.
season
Matt,
2.
we should watch Grand Blue. You want to watch Grand Blue next, bro?
Hell yeah.
That the
All right,
Grand
we're
Blue
watching Grand Blue later. Sorry, you guys at home can't join. We hate
It's
you.
that RPG, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
No, that's
well,
Grand Blue.
that's-
They sound very similar.
Grand Blue
Blue is
for-
about
Oh, I thought you were talking about Grand Blue Fantasy.
fantasy. Yeah. No, it's
Grand Blue is
not the
about
same.
college kids getting drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds class.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's fucking. Oh, shit,
I,
sorry.
The Pat can like fantasize about drinking while watching it without having to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never
I was
need to
under the
get drunk
impression.
again.
I was under the impression that Pat only imagined sausages. Like, that's the only thing that runs through
See,
his mind.
that's
Head-
yeah. Like
head
I
empty.
imagine a lot of sausages, but you know sometimes there's other things that slip in there. You know, they get
I
between the
see.
sausage and
like
the hard
ginger?
place.
Yams happen to be one of those things.
Everything, man. Listen, there's some weird stuff that slips into my mind. I probably shouldn't say something, but you know, yeah, I should probably stop there.
Yeah, you probably should. All right, and that's a good segue into Gojo.
What was the question?
How's your life?
I guess I'll go about like back a year. I moved from Maryland to Minnesota. It's super cold here. I've been here for about a year. It's super hot right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I auditioned for Julius. I have 20 upvotes on the casting call, which is very confusing.
It's because you did a great job. I heard that too.
Yeah. I'm hoping
That's
to
the
get
part-
back into like arts and stuff because I started an Arc 6 animatic back in January and it's long since been abandoned.
Ooh, okay.
What else? That's about it, I think. Oh wait, I finished sophomore year of high school. It was the worst year of my life, but I'm happy it's over.
Yep, that's why I dropped out and got my GED. Thumbs up.
Yay!
No,
That's
thumbs up.
so many
Honestly-
phone off the teachers. Everyone was a dick.
Honestly, high school was such a waste of our time. We could have been doing better things.
Exactly. That's why you get the fuck out of there and get your GED instead, kids. Seriously, there exists no job or place that won't accept you if you have your GED high school equivalency. It's literally no difference. Just get out of there.
I will.
Teacher, yeah.
I will say that at least college, you feel like you're wanted there, and it feels like your time isn't wasted.
Wait, never mind. Kyle's needs money. Stay in school. I lied.
Cool, guys. Come on.
High school makes you hate the language of Spanish itself just because of your teacher.
High school.
The only reason to
Man,
try
if
harder,
Kyle's was my
try harder in
teacher,
high
I would have
school
gone
is to
through
get-
20 more years of high school. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm saying it right now.
Let me say this:
My
the only
students
reason
are
to
the
try
other
hard in high school is to get scholarships.
Yeah.
I've barely paid anything for college because I did really well in high
There's-
school and got nice
I
scholarships
say.
and
Oh,
and
thankfully,
got a bunch of AP credit. It was great. Do
thankfully
do
I
that.
had a 4.0 back at university up in Maryland, so I hope I can transfer that to down here and
It
get those
should,
I
yeah.
scholarships.
had
Yeah,
8
usually
students
you
with
can
100%.
transfer.
Wow, you're trying. I'm like a 3.5.
It's all about the coffee, guys. It's all about the coffee.
The coffee.
Yeah.
Yuck. Coffee is like adult thing.
Okay, but like,
I hate coffee.
Is
but-
an adult beverage.
But like black
I've had
coffee or flavored coffee or what kind of coffee we
Coffee
talking?
milk. Coffee
There's
milk.
only I don't like black
Coffee
coffee,
milk.
but there's like one black coffee I liked, and I cannot remember the name of it. Like Bermugula or
I just
something.
had
What?
3 cups of black coffee over the
Are you
span
sure
of
you're
this
not
week.
drinking like some
Yeah.
alien beverage?
How-
What?
Uh-uh.
What is
It
that?
has to be some alien beverage if it's
How-
so bitter.
How many cups of coffee did you have?
Don't worry about it.
No.
Caffeinated soda.
I'm in
No.
Hey, I don't know how you guys handle coffee.
Hey,
Every
yeah.
time I had coffee,
Yeah,
my
don't-
teeth
don't-
would bleed.
I'm in danger.
Don't interrogate Kyle's about the numbers of coffee she's drinking.
Yeah.
Kyle's,
If
you-
I
you
ever
drink-
see you, if
Kyle's,
I ever see you drink
as
3
much.
cups of coffee in front of me, I'm banning you from coffee. Do you understand?
I'm
Don't let
going
him.
to
Don't
be
let him
so
scare you. Don't let him
grumpy.
scare you, Kyle's.
Yeah,
Drink,
it
drink
could
all that
be
coffee.
worse.
Drink all
No,
that
Get out
there,
of my
there's no
house.
way. There's no way you actually drink 3 in a row, right?
You're like, it's like the middle of the
I
day.
believe
like,
it. I've
want
done
some
that.
breakfast,
Yeah.
want
Can't
some
do it
lunch, want some dinner.
anymore, but I used
So I
to.
might.
My
live
mom
on
used to
1
do
or
a
2
pot
donuts
a day.
Yeah, right?
Pot of coffee a day.
Just imagine
Yeah.
me with like bulging veins in my forehead and thinking, "Oh my god, her life expectancy! I'm seeing it go down by the second."
Yeah, that's
Nah.
Yeah, it's like you have the Shinigami eyes in Death Note. You can see.
Yeah, you see the coffee taking off her lifespan.
I'll put you in the will, Uru.
What?
With that, everybody, I need to go get ready for work. So, any last closing remarks before we?
I had actually something to say. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
go
do it.
I actually started doing art recently too. I forgot to mention that. So Gojo's,
Yeah.
and like Tealdi, if you would be willing to share your artwork sometime, I would love to see it.
Oh, I'm not an artist. I'm just trying.
No.
That's what matters.
I have a bunch of really old artwork that I did, but it's from like 20 years ago. But I still have it. I can post that, but I don't have any newer
Tell
stuff.
me your artwork is
I
older
have-
than me.
Oh god. And like
I think
your
Tealdi
music
just.
and stuff, I'd love to see that too. If you'd be willing to share some of your your practice eventually.
I do have some of my older art. You will notice that they have no faces because I was absolute shit at faces.
Oh, same.
Faces are the worst.
They are the worst, and fingers and hands and.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
some of
in
them
my-
are
in
handless.
my
Especially-
experience,
They're
hands.
especially-
faceless and handless.
In the little
Especially
I've
the
drawn,
eyes.
I can't draw hands. Mainly finger. Like
This is
The
like a
eyes,
voice
though.
actor.
The eyes
Draw
are the
both
worst.
of them.
Eyes are
Hands
hard.
are hard.
Yeah, hands. Feet,
Everything's
eyes,
hard to draw.
Everything's.
well,
hard.
at least
That's
eyes are
everything's
fun.
hard.
Eyes are hard, but they're fun, so it's easier to
They
learn
are.
one thing.
See, that's the hard thing about. That's the hard thing about drawing anime characters is like the eyes are so particular. There's like some like
Yeah.
magical science that only the Japanese can work on them. I have to crack. I have to crack it.
And
Probably
the-
like a mathematical formula with the proportions,
Oh,
like
yeah.
an
Oh,
eye
no.
to face ratio.
I don't know why, but after
maths.
Wulu saying that, I'm imagining some like 1800s Victorian man, like trying to calculate the perfect way to draw anime eyes.
It could be like Krillin. It could be like Krillin's eyes or something, like just being dots, and it's still like it's special in some way, and I can't
It's
find
like,
out.
how do I figure out the secret?
What did he make
Formula
him?
exists. It exists. That's all I had to say though. Sorry, I just wanted to like do that.
Well, with that, everyone, let's say goodbye to our viewers, and then we can wrap this
Bye
up.
bye.
We still
Goodbye,
have
viewers.
My lovely viewers. Goodbye.
Goodbye.